In the early 2000s, a game called Defense of the Ancients, better known as DOTA, took the world by storm. 2 teams of 5, 1 battlefield. A war of strategy, reflex, and teamwork. But here in the Philippines, DOTA was never just a game. It was a lifestyle. Internet cafes became modern-day coliseums, overflowing with trash talk, shouting crowds, whispered bets, rivalries that lasted years, and legends that were born overnight. Every quarter of the year, the nation's best clashed in underground leagues, turning unknown players into local celebrities. For many, DOTA wasn't about winning, it was about belonging. A battleground where friendships were forged, rivalries ignited, and betrayals shattered trust. Yet even those with difficult pasts found purpose. It didn't just change lives, it made legends. And this is the story of one such legend, and the day his fate was decided. The first bet match that began his path to becoming one of the top players. It was the second week of Keel's junior year of high school. What started as a normal afternoon after school suddenly became urgent. Nature called. The school restroom was packed, loud, chaotic. Keel didn't even try. Instead, he chose to head home, deciding to endure the discomfort for the rest of the walk. He didn't make it halfway. Desperate, Keel searched for any nearby establishment with a restroom. That's when he noticed several college students gathered outside a commercial space, wearing uniforms from 2 different universities. As he walked closer, he overheard their conversation.
Guess what? I've been betting almost my entire weekly allowance every game, and it's still rolling. This is already the 3rd game, and it's only a matter of time before they wrap it up. Then it'll be 3-0. And you know what that means? My money just tripled.
Your entire weekly allowance? Why not your whole tuition fee while you're at it? Weak. If I were the one holding my tuition money like you are, I'd bet it all. Especially when we've got an unmatched ace player.
Whoa, hey, I'm not that reckless. Besides, the last time our school played against them, we lost. The only new player now is that ace. And honestly, this is my first time seeing him play DOTA today. I don't even remember seeing him around campus.
You really don't know anything, do you? Anyway, it must be nice being part of the chosen 5. Guess we just weren't good enough.
Not quite celebration, not quite defeat. Half pride, half resentment. The mention of DOTA only deepened Keel's curiosity, especially after hearing about the high-stakes bets surrounding it. Keel looked up. That part of the building turned out to be an internet cafe, buzzing with activity. He went inside. The place was packed. Students crowded behind players, others stood outside, unable to enter. Screens glowed, fans spun loudly. The air buzzed with tension. Even though the game was almost over, Keel pushed his way in. Just in time. The ace player dismantled the enemy team with ease. Cheers exploded across the cafe. Money exchanged hands. The winners celebrated. The losers sat in silence, defeated.
I never imagined DOTA could be played with bets and be this competitive.
Lost in his thoughts, he didn't notice most of the students had already filed out of the cafe. He remained in the corner near the attendance counter, just in time to overhear a conversation.
How is this possible? You said your team beat them 3-0 the last time you played. And now their good mid laner isn't even here, so they were supposed to be weaker. But it's the opposite. Their mid laner carried all 3 games. Man, this is bad. I just got my salary today, and I still have bills to pay. I only have half of it left now, and that's not even enough. I'm so dead.
Yeah, man, I'm really sorry. We didn't expect this either. We had no idea someone that skilled was in their school. Someone who could carry the whole team, every single game.
Well, what's done is done. Nothing we can do about it now.
Keel overheard the conversation and couldn't help but feel sorry for the internet cafe attendant. He quietly stepped outside. Only then did he realize he still needed to use the restroom.
I never imagined Dota could be played with bets and be this competitive.
He entered one of the toilet stalls. After finishing and relieving himself, sudden laughter echoed from the shared restroom area. Curious, he peeked through the narrow gap of the stall door to see who had come into the restroom laughing outside his stall. The ace player removes a college uniform. Something feels wrong.
I told you, I just needed to borrow this uniform to fool them. They didn't question anything and didn't even check my ID.
You're right, bro. They never suspected a thing.
Keel's eyes widen.
I need to hurry. I've got another college team to team up with, and I have to pretend I'm a student there too, so I can play and bet money. Easy win.
Keel froze.
This wasn't fair. They cheated for money. This isn't right. I have to warn the losing team, especially that attendant who just risked almost his entire salary today.
Conflicted, Keel rushed back toward the cafe. He wanted to warn the losing team. Upon entering the internet cafe, he spoke out loud.
The ace player on your opponent's side is...
He faltered. Two members of the winning side suddenly caught his attention, stepping directly into his line of sight. They glared at him, eyes cold, fists clenched, a silent threat. Keel didn't know that those two had intentionally stayed behind, making sure their opponent wouldn't grow suspicious of them. Panic crept in. Keel twisted his words mid-sentence, abandoning the truth and turning it into praise.
The ace player on your opponent's side is unmatched. Without him, they wouldn't stand a chance.
One of the two members who had intentionally stayed behind smirked. His name is Rye. His pride flared.
Is this kid for real? I'm the captain of this team. Those were my picks and strategies, yet our ace player gets all the credit. It's like they think he's the only reason we win.
He challenged anyone to a one-on-one Dota match. The losing team hesitated. They had already lost enough money. But Keel was different. He felt a surge of excitement. This would be his first time playing with money on the line. He was determined to give it everything he had. During his summer vacation, every time he played Dota in internet cafes, he always held back so others could enjoy the game too. But this time, it was different. This time, he could finally go all out. He also remembered the allowance he had saved all summer, untouched, thanks to the free hours he spent playing at the cafe. Since Keel knew he wasn't legally allowed to gamble, and because he wanted Marlou, the cafe attendant, to recover the money he had lost in the previous 3 games, he quietly approached him.
Sir, you should place the bet for me. You can bet too, so you can recover what you lost earlier. Don't worry, I'm not planning to lose.
Marlou crossed his arms and looked at the boy.
Are you serious, kid? You're really going to do this?
Keel nodded.
Yes, sir. I'm confident I can win. I've been practicing a lot lately, and here's proof. I'm going all in.
He went all in on his bet and handed it to Marlou. Marlou studied him for a moment.
My bills are due today, and I still don't have enough money. Maybe this is the answer. Someone willing to bet that much must really believe in his chances.
Moved by the boy's determination, Marlou finally gave in, placing the bet for Keel, and even putting a large side bet on him himself. Keel stepped forward and humbly asked if he could play. He explained that the internet cafe attendant would place the bet for him. Laughter erupted. The challenger, Rye, scoffed at the idea of a bespectacled high schooler facing him. Seeing this, Marlou had an idea.
If I want him to accept the kids' challenge, I need to tell him how big the bet is.
Taking a steady breath, Malu announced the amount of the bet to Rai. The room fell silent.
Are this kid and the attendant serious? That's a huge amount of money. The kid doesn't look rich, and from that uniform, he's probably just from a public school. So the attendant must be the one going all in for him. I bet he just got his salary today and isn't thinking straight. What an idiot.
Hey Rai, maybe you can help us win back at least some of the money we lost earlier. Let us bet on your game against that kid. There's no way you'd lose to him.
Rai became even more confident as the others started betting on him, and he finally accepted Keel's challenge. Meanwhile, Malu began to worry as he saw more college students placing bets on Rai.
What have I done? Can I really count on this kid? If he loses, I'm truly done for.
Before the match began, there were no fancy captain's mode drafts like in modern Dota. Back then, in a 1 versus 1 bet match, the rules were simple but strict. Each player would secretly write down their chosen hero, either on paper or on their cell phone, and reveal them at the same time. If both picked the same hero, it was automatically banned, forcing a redo. Every choice carried weight. Every reveal could decide the flow of the game before it even started. The match began. The cafe buzzed with anticipation. Keel chose Rasta, the Shadow Shaman, a hero built on control and precision. Rai chose Viper, the Netherdrake, a long-range menace favored in one-on-one matches. Rai smirked.
Shadow Shaman's as fragile as paper. My Viper outranges him. There's no way I'm losing this game.
He knew Viper's range advantage could dominate. But Keel wasn't ordinary. He anticipated Rai's movements, manipulated creep aggro, pulled the fight closer to his tower. Each last hit, each deny. The crowd noticed. Then came the turning point. Level 6. Keel struck first. Hex. Viper transformed just long enough. Serpent wards erupted directly beneath him, trapping Viper inside a cage of summoned fangs. Panic set in. Rai's cursor darted wildly as he struggled to target the tiny ward icons. Shackles ended. Instead of attacking the wards to escape, Rai clicked toward his tower in panic. He couldn't move. The cafe exploded. Malu, who had been biting his nails down to the quick, jumped so high he nearly toppled his chair.
I knew it! He's gonna win this! Okay, fine. I doubted him for a second earlier, but come on. You could feel his confidence. That's why I went all in on him.
While Rai fumed, he muttered,
His last hits and denies were flawless. No wonder he hit level 6 before me. Damn it!
Shaken, Rai retreated, keeping just outside Rasta's casting range. Minutes passed. Keel farmed calmly. Then it happened. Yule's Scepter of Divinity. The combo was flawless. Viper lifted helplessly into the air. Serpent wards bloomed around the landing spot. Shackles locked him in place. Hex turned him into a frog. Forked lightning ended it. Again and again. Most of the college students looked surprised.
So that's what Yule's Scepter is for. It's my first time seeing that combo.
With a Kalen's dagger, Keel chased Rai across the map, executing the same deadly sequence without a single mistake. 6 kills, 0 deaths. Silence. Rai handed the money to Malu, muttering under his breath.
4 eyes.
Keel didn't react. He didn't need to. As Malu happily counted the money, he looked at Keel and said,
I never doubted you, kid. By the way, how did you get this good at Dota so fast? The game just became popular here in our country.
Keel didn't answer immediately. The question lingered, tugging at him, pulling him backward, back to a memory, a moment from the past, a glimpse of where it all began. The story of how Keel became a young prodigy in Dota is rooted in real events, retold through the lens of historical fiction. Listen closely. The next chapter matters.